Hello guys, welcome back. Finally getting my second win. We were super busy today, so I'm recording super late, but Loki has really been helping. I realized, as we're doing all this stuff, like everything seemed to hit at once. I was well aware trick or treat was coming, but we weren't participating that I knew of until last night. So then last night we decorated, then we decorated all today in like dibs and dabs, getting treat bags ready, and then I thought, oh crap, I was really going to celebrate Halloween this year, secular Halloween, and not do so when I really hadn't planned anything. And here it is, too late to order anything. Whatever shall I do? Well, we're going to have plenty of candy and food on hand. That's not a problem. But, I was like, I don't have candles. And then it was like Loki gave me a nudge. I remember a set of orange and black candles, and I'm like, I had to have burned those because I thought I had no candles, those kind of candles left in my house. I do have them. I found them. I got them. They're still in the plastic wrap. They've got to be decades old. But we're going to burn them in the other room because I'm not sure what kind of candles they are because I don't want to badmouth any candle companies, but there are those certain candles that are, even though they tell you to burn them, they're just for pretties because you go to burn them and the wax itself catches on fire. Yeah, I'm not sure what they are, so we have been discussing should we burn both of them. There's an orange one and a black one, like the orange one for Loki, and then the black one for Odin. Should we burn one for both of them, or should we save one? We don't know what we're doing yet. We have no idea, but I'm glad we had the candles. They're not fancy, they're just two little square candles. But, at least we've got the candles and we've got incense, so we've got everything we need for a ritual. And we're definitely doing so in. And Loki's been dropping bunnies on me because I looked up a reference today, found my own video as a reference, and I had a thing about Wicca fluff bunnies, and I had the, which I reclaim with pride, and I had a bunny on my shoulder for the Wicca fluff bunny to bring you all blessings, and Odin gave me the key to my freedom today. I said, I don't know why you always do this. You always drag me back into heathenry. And he looked at me, and sometimes he will give you the absolute key to your freedom, and you just have to figure out what to do with it or how to make it work. And he said, maybe I keep doing that because you expect me to. And there was this glimmer across his face, like, crap, I shouldn't have told her that. But and then he was just sort of looking at me like, well, no, what you going to do with that? Told you how to get out of it. What are you going to do? And so I have to change my views on the old man. I have to change my views on him. One of the hard things about studying how to work with a god the right way, like let's say you're a witch or a pagan or a Wiccan, and you're not heathen, is that you can very easily get drug into the idea that, oh, I guess I have to be heathen after all to work with him. And I'll admit, if you're practicing heathen, there must be nothing like seeing people take the gods that you spend decades researching and doing whatever the heck they want. I know that. The thing is, I also know research doesn't work for everyone. Research doesn't work for everyone, and if you say, well, then they shouldn't get to work with the gods, that's not fair. Some people just don't like research. They're brilliant witches, but they can't stand research. Please don't hate me. Ravenwolf, some people would say, would be one of those kind of witches. She's a fluffy, sparkly bundle of joy, but oh, has she said some things in the past. People that know her are like, yeah. I was amazed. I brought her up today, and like two people that commented are like, who's Ravenwolf? And I'm like, oh boy, who's Ravenwolf? The funny thing is, her books were the only books I could find in my area. It depended on who your bookseller was selling and who was the most popular one. And I was born in '76, so by the time I was old enough to get into the mall scene and start going to the mall, even as a little kid, Raven's books were out there. Why am I calling her Raven? It's either Silver or Ravenwolf. And, for the longest time, for over a decade, I was even today years old when it truly clinked again. I thought a silver, to stir a silver cauldron to write a silver broomstick. I thought it was because silver was inherently magical. It didn't occur to me until like today years old that she just put her own name in the title, you know, just so you know she wrote it. Um, she's not perfect. Okay, like if you've never heard of her before and you go get her books and you've been studying, say, heathenry for 10 years and you're like, well, that's a boatload of crap. I know, okay? But I have a whole library of Wiccan stuff that does that. I have a whole library of pagan stuff that does that too. Well, you know what? I'll just make stuff up here because I don't like these gods. And I have you know, a thing written by supposed anthropologists. I have the big book of scary gods, as the gods call it. They straight up made up stuff in some of these entries, and they're supposed to be these respected researchers. And it's like, that ain't in our lore. Where'd you get that? What actual book did you get this out of? This isn't even Wiccan level of research. What did you do? Hey, I can say that as a Wiccan of decades. Wiccans are told, you can't do research, you don't know how to read. Then how do we rate books? Like, what? I gotta talk to text back there. Shut up, not helping. I got, and, shut up. And, you know, so we had that thing. And to make his position clear, I come on tonight, and Loki, I've been thinking about the goddess, and Loki obviously has the goddess form with me. There's a screaming rabbit. The very first video was a screaming baby rabbit that had been picked up to be moved to safety before the dogs ate it, and the rabbit starts to scream blue murder. And I'm like, because I raised wild rabbits. I'm such a Wiccan. Somebody literally gave me wild rabbits one time that the tractor had dispatched Blom and the rest, and I got two. Unfortunately, one did not make it because they have little delicate pitter pat hearts, and one did not make it. We had a burial because Wiccan, and the other did. And I was afraid for this rabbit that it was going to drop over dead, but after it got done screaming, it was okay. It was just like, okay, that didn't work. That's all Mom ever taught me. Now what? And it was just kind of there, like with the mouth open, like it didn't know what to do because you know they can claw and they can bite, but it really had no idea what to do. And the guy had to write this long, angry letter underneath his video of, "Look, you," he's cursing at people. He's like, "I am moving this rabbit before my dogs eat it. So why don't you take all of your instant, you know, degree in zoology and get out of here?" And he had a point. He was helping the rabbit, but everybody thought he was, you know, being this horrible person and making a little animal scream, and he was actually saving its life and moving it. Like, I've had a lot of dumb bunnies in this yard, and they are dumb bunnies. They will run. One year they were having fun with me. They would run towards the road like it was a game. They would come around the corner and they'd wait to see if I was there, and little ears would go up and they'd look to make sure I was looking, then they'd run for the road. And little baby bunnies, like a peanut for a brain, and I'd have to go chase them away from the road before they ran out in the road. And they, as long as I was outside, they would keep trying this because this was the funnest game in the world. And eventually, you know, the gods are like, you have to go up and go inside. If they think this is fun, Mother Nature is a cruel and hard mistress. You know this. Go inside. So I luckily did not find any little smush bunnies that year, but I have found them subsequent years. They're just, you know, they're animals. And it was from Loki, I'm trying to protect you. Now, of course, I go on to Pinterest and I'm finding wolves today, and I found a Thor's, you know, found Mjolnir right after that. And I think Odin, you know, he gave me the keys to my freedom. And he did it in a way that I said, I don't know why you always do this. You always try to bring me back around to heathenry, and you know the only reason I come back is because I love you. It's just not suitable for me. I'm not a heathen. I'm a heathen insofar as I work with the Norse gods. Further than that, no. I said, I don't really believe in reconstruction. I don't think it's particularly useful. I asked you guys just to... I was taking the temperature before I got my head verbally chopped off. I'm like, well, let's see what these people think before I, you know, flame war. If you reconstruct and it's your joy, great, go for it. I don't find it useful. We live in today, as the saying goes. There's no need to pretend it's yesterday. There was no ancient tablet telling me whether or not Loki likes jelly beans and Kinder eggs, but he sure seems to, you know. There is absolutely nothing about the Morgan having a fascination with Pop-Tarts, and if you would ask people that work with her, they all dressed her up their athamanes, and they're like, you fed her what? She loves them. She gives me this kind of hoodly-huddly line about how they're ancient Celtic food that the warriors ate. And I'm like, you just like it because you know there's animal bits in here. Here, have your Pop-Tart. There's something in there that vegetarians can't eat. I forget what it is, if it's gelatin or what it is. She loves them. And I'm like, these aren't even good for you. But I eat them too, so I can't lecture her too badly. But she has been back, and everybody's been back. And I don't know, did I tell you Loki helped me find candles? Loki helped me find candles. I was thinking, oh crap, it just snuck up on me. He had told me not to participate in Halloween because he was outfoxing his brother. And then last night his brother caved and said, let's decorate. We decorate last night, we decorate today, we get tree bags ready. And then I'm like, oh crap, because I wasn't going to do Halloween, I wasn't going to do Samhain. And I have nothing ready, but now, I don't know if I told you, I'm sorry, stroke brain. We have the candles, we have everything ready to go. I don't even know what we'll do. I just wing my my spells anymore, my rituals. I'm not ceremonial in the least. So, we are having a good one. We hope you guys are having a good one. By the time you see this, hopefully I will be up that time or a little after. Unfortunately, the fortunate part tomorrow is we're getting trick-or-treaters. The unfortunate part is that we're going to get trick-or-treaters and apparently 2 deliveries of groceries, and I'm imagining worst case scenario of 10 pounds of flour and little children with sticky candy, and we'll never live this down if that's what happens. So I'm hoping that the kids aren't supposed to trick-or-treat till 3. I'm hoping the groceries get here before or after they leave, like not right during. We usually only get 1 or 2, but I'm like, this would be the year that, they would come. I'm just having visions of kids getting into my groceries and there being stuff all over my front porch. And can you imagine me writing Walmart and saying, hey, you won't believe this, but we had trick or treat. The trick or treaters like demolished all the packages and there was flour all over my porch. They'll be like, yeah, sure they did. Sure they did. Okay, so if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.